Your Honor, we currently don't have any housing down here yet. We're waiting on them. Can we just start with intake?
Sure.
Black?
Yeah.
Let's see.
Good evening. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Britain Ace Black 010585.
Black. Black. Even this time, except for your initial appearance, you're being seen here this evening based on charges of one second. Being seen on charges of misdemeanor domestic violence assault and failing to comply with the police officer's commands. Is allegedly occurred earlier today. Just to remind you, sir, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. Take a look here at your pre-trial services report. All right. Do you live with the alleged victim, Ms. Hunt?
Yes, she's my wife.
And do you have somewhere else where you can reside for the time being? Somewhere else you can stay?
Yes,
Okay, where's that?
I stay at my mom's house.
Okay.
I stay at a few other places if I need to, whatever.
All right. I'm not gonna hold you in custody, but I am gonna order that you not have any contact with the alleged victim. That's just to keep everybody safe. So, Mr. Black, I'm going to release you on promise you'll appear at a hearing on December the 29th at 10:30. Can you do that?
Yes, sir.
All right, then I'll schedule that hearing for you. It's going to be at the Pima County Justice Court here in downtown Tucson. It's going to be in front of Judge David Miller. Again, that's the 29th of December at 10:30 in the morning. I'm going to order that you not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs, that you not commit any acts of domestic violence, and as I mentioned, that you not have any contact with the alleged victim, to include going to where she works or lives. I will allow you to return to the home one time to gather any personal belongings that you wish to, that you will need before your hearing. So if you want any clothing, personal effects, what you're going to do is contact law enforcement, the police, or sheriff's department, arrange for them to
Okay.
escort you to the residence, be with you, and then you'll leave with them. You're not allowed to go there otherwise. You understand that?
Sir.
All right, sir. And that's all I have for you. Thank you. You're excused. Good evening. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Michael Ray Gonzalez, 1579.
Oh, good evening. Time step your initial appearance. 1579. All right. You are here on a couple different matters, looks like. First is a misdemeanor charge of criminal trespass in the 3rd degree, allegedly occurring earlier today. And you also have some city court matters here involving criminal trespass in the 3rd degree, criminal trespass in the 2nd degree, and possession of drug paraphernalia. The different case names or different days, I should say. Let's see. It looks like you have about 8 different cases, all with warrants on them. And as well as the new charge. All right. All right, Mr. Gonzalez, I'm going to set a hearing for you on your new case in front of Judge David Miller at the the Pima County Justice Court. That's going to occur on December 29th, 9:30 in the morning.
Okay.
In order you not go back to wherever this incident occurred,
Sure.
not have any contact with any alleged victim.
Yes, sir.
On your misdemeanors, we're concerned here that there's so many cases. Don't want you to keep having to come back into custody. So I'm going to give you an attorney, City Public Defender's Office. They're going to represent you, and I'm going to impose part of the bonds requested. Let's see, there is 8. It's about $2,000 total in warrants. I'll make that $500. That'll be cash or secured. And I'm going to set a quicker hearing for you. This is going to be December the 29th. So same day as the other hearing. This will be at 1:45 in the afternoon in front of Judge Blue and the mental health court. And I'll let this justice court know of the bond just in case you're still in custody at that time. If you are in custody, you'll be seen by Judge Blue and likely Judge Miller by video. If not, you need to attend your hearing on the 29th at both the justice court and the city court. Otherwise, another warrant's going to issue for your arrest. All right, sir. So like I said, your hearings are all going to be on the 29th. You will have an attorney representing you, at least in the city court case. Hopefully they'll be reaching out to you before that hearing time, but otherwise you'll be seen by Judge Blue and then Judge Miller. I'm just going to finish filling out your paperwork here, sir. So bear with me 1 minute. All right, sir. That's all I have for you. Thank you very much. Your excuse. Good evening. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Jesus Alejandro Hernandez, August 1902.
Mr. Hernandez. All right. Being seen here this evening based on a single charge of misdemeanor domestic violence criminal damage allegedly occurring earlier today. Just so you're aware, sir, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be used against you. Do you understand?
Sir.
All right, just take a look here at the file so I can get a better understanding of what's going on. All right, Mr. Hernandez, it doesn't appear like you're being held on any other matter, and it does appear to be your first arrest here. Alleged victim didn't sustain any injuries, does wish to have contact with you, and doesn't object to your being released. So I'm going to set a hearing for you. It's called an arraignment, where you can be formally advised of your charges. That's going to be on December the 29th at 10:30 in the morning. If I release you from custody, can you promise me you'll appear at that hearing?
What day is that?
The
Like, out of the
29th,
week? Like
December the
will-
29th.
Yeah, but like, is it a Monday or like, you know what I mean?
I believe the 29th is a Monday.
Okay, cool.
Can you appear at that hearing on the 29th?
Yes, sir. Cause yeah, I was just asking because I work overnights and I work all throughout the whole night. So I was just making sure that I would be able to show it,
Well, this court hearing is very important. If you fail to appear for it, you can end up right back in jail. So whatever
Yeah.
you need to make sure that you're there on time on the 29th at 10:30, you need to make those. Do you understand?
Sir.
Then I'm going to release you on your promise. I'm going to order you not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs. Then you not commit any acts of domestic violence. I will allow you to have more further contact with the alleged victim, Ms. O'Neill, but you need to understand that any contact you have has to be peaceful, has to be respectful, and if she decides she doesn't want to have any contact with you, you need to leave the area. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And you're gonna be released later this evening. Please make sure and attend your hearing on the 29th. And good luck.
Okay, I know.
Good evening. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Brandon David Webster,
And what was your date of birth?
11/14/1982.
Thank you, Mr. Webb. It's time set for initial appearance. You're being seen here this evening on a couple different matters. The first is a charge of possession of drug paraphernalia, allegedly occurring earlier today. The second involves several warrants issued for your arrest in the Tucson City Court, all for charges of possession of drug paraphernalia, and one charge of criminal trespass in the third degree. Remind you, sir, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be used against you. You understand? All right, so I'm gonna set two hearings for you, okay? First is gonna be on December the 29th at 9:30 in the morning. The second one is gonna be on January the 20th, 2026 at 2:30 in the afternoon.
Oh,
First hearing is gonna be in the Pima County Justice Court. You know where that is?
not really, no.
It's in downtown Tucson, at the corner of Stone and Alameda. By release from custody, can you be there at that hearing on the 29th?
Sure, yes.
Second hearing on the 20th is going to be at 2:30 in the afternoon at the city court in downtown Tucson. You know where that is?
No, city court, yes.
If I release you, will you promise me you'll be at that hearing, sir?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Yes, yes, sir.
Thank you. All right, sir. So you have your hearing on the 29th in a couple weeks. The next one will be on the 20th at the city court.
Okay.
Please make sure to attend those hearings, otherwise you can end up right back in custody. Good luck.
We're gonna leave that here. Have a question.
I thought I got you for sure. Smell like straight up.
Good evening. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
I'm the dude who's on that right there, but yeah, Anthony Armenta, Ray, Junior, I think might be on it. But it could be looking like what I go through. See, because I was straight up to the point.
All right, Mr. Armenta, you're being seen here this evening based on charges of criminal trespass in third degree, criminal damage, possession of drug paraphernalia, and disorderly conduct, all allegedly occurring earlier today. Remind you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney that may be appointed to you by the court, or you can retain one at your own expense. I'm going to enter pleas of not guilty on your behalf of these charges, and I'll set a hearing for you in front of Judge Jerry Hale at the Tucson City Court. It's going to be on January the 21st at 9 a.m. If I release you from custody, will you promise me you'll appear at that hearing, sir?
Why are you trying to release me right now or what?
Well, if you will promise me you'll appear at that hearing, I can release you. If not, then I'm going to have to hold you on bond.
Where did you pay for that?
Okay, fair enough. All right, sir. All right, sir. As I mentioned, you have the right to counsel. I'm appointed to the City Public Defender's Office to represent you. So I'm gonna set a hearing for you in front of in front of Judge Jerry Hale on the 26th at 1:45 in the afternoon. That'll be a video review hearing where you'll appear in much in the same way you're appearing in front of me right now. I'll further advise you, you are presumed innocent. You have the right to have the state bear the burden of proof beyond a reasonable doubt of your guilt. You also have the right to attend all hearings in your case, to include a trial where, again, you are presumed innocent. However, if you fail to attend any hearing in your case, then you may have new charges filed against you, a warrant issued for your arrest, or you could fail to be able to participate in those hearings, and it could go on without your opportunity to be heard. Additionally, if you're found guilty at a trial and cannot be sentenced within 90 days because of your absence, then you could lose the right to appeal that conviction. And with that, sir, that's all I have for you. Thank you very much. You're excused.
All right, well, thank you very
Bond? Or did you have a bond?
Yes, $500 cash.
Thank you.
Good evening. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Ray Castillo, 05/05/1987.
Castillo, good evening. It's time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here this evening based on a warrant that was issued for your arrest off of a petition to revoke probation filed in front of Judge Sarah Mayhew. And this involves charges of misdemeanor DUI. Just to remind you, sir, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. It would appear you also have a felony matter going on. Jail, can we confirm Mr. Castillo is being held on a separate matter?
Correct, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. All right, Mr. Castillo, so you're also being held on a separate matter. That's not in front of me this evening, just the DUI matter that I just talked about. So what I'm going to do is set a hearing for you in front of Judge Mayhew on January the 16th at 9 a.m. I'm going to appoint the City Public Defender's Office to represent you because of your felony. I'm not going to hold you on a bond because you're already being held on something else. I will enter denials on your behalf to the allegations. Again, advise you are presumed innocent. State bears the burden of proof otherwise. Looks like the petition to revoke probation was already scanned over to you. All right. All right, sir. Well, if you're still in custody on the 16th, you may be seen by video by Judge Mayhew. Otherwise, if you do or are released, you need to attend that hearing on the 16th. Okay. All right. Thank you very much. You're excused.
Todd?
Good evening. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
My name is Ricky Mara, date of birth 1486.
All right. Mr. Mara. Being seen here tonight based on looks to be about 14 different warrants for your arrest issued in the city courts related to charges of criminal trespass in the 3rd degree, possession of drug paraphernalia, shoplifting, possession of a prescription drug without a valid prescription, disorderly conduct, and repeat of the same charges. To remind you again, sir, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney, and I'm going to appoint the City Public Defender's Office to represent you. I'm going to set a hearing for you on December the 26th at 1:45 in the afternoon in front of Judge Mayhew. And I'm going to impose a bond in, well, not the entire, all 14 cases. Do half that, $1,500. That'll be cash and secured. And post some additional conditions in case you do post the bond. If you don't post the bond, sir, you're going to be seen by Judge Mayhew by video. If you do, you need to make sure and attend the hearing on the 26th. Otherwise, you could forfeit the bond and you could end up right back in custody. But with that, that's all I have for you, sir. Thank you very much.
So, you need to know I am HMI, and you have me under the wrong, complete different judge. I am Title 19, so you might want to switch that.
Well, I'm not going to switch your judges just yet. I'll let Judge Mayhew make a determination that you should be in front of another judge. But for now, you'll be seeing her on the 26th. Have a nice night. Good evening. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Mr. Michael Lassiter, January 14th, 1981.
Mr. Laster, good evening. This time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here this evening based on charges of possession of drug paraphernalia and possession of a prescription drug without a lawful prescription, allegedly occurring earlier this afternoon. Just remind you, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. Just make sure. All right. Looks like you're being held on a separate Superior Court matter. That's not in front of me this evening, just the charges I mentioned. So in your case, sir, I'm going to I'm gonna set a hearing for you a little bit later on next year. That'll be on January the 16th at 9 a.m. in front of Judge Mayhew. I'm going to advise you, you do have the right to an attorney, and I'm appointing the City Public Defender's Office to represent you. I'm going to enter pleas of not guilty on your behalf to the charges. And additionally, I'll advise you, you do have the right to be presumed innocent and have the state bear the burden of proof of these charges beyond a reasonable doubt. You have the right to attend all hearings in your case, to include a trial. However, if you fail to attend any hearings in your case, they could proceed in your absence. New charges could be filed against you, or a warrant could issue for your arrest. Additionally, if you fail to appear at a trial and cannot be sentenced within 90 days due to that absence, you could lose the right to appeal any conviction. Do you understand all that, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right.
Yes.
I will let Judge Mayhew know that you are being held on that felony. If for whatever reason you are released, you need to appear at the city court on the 16th, okay?
Okay.
All right, sir. Well, that's all I have for you. Thank you very much. You're excused. Good evening. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Tony Deanna Perez, 10/16/78.
All right. Perez, good evening. This time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here this evening based on appears to be about 9 warrants issued for your arrest involving charges of criminal trespass, container of alcohol, possession of drug paraphernalia, interfering with a judicial proceeding, possession of a prescription drug without a lawful prescription, general solicitation, and repeats of the same charges. Just remind you, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney, and I'm going to appoint the city public defender's office to represent you so that maybe they can help you resolve these cases. I'm a little concerned here about the number of cases, number of warrants that have been issued. So I'm going to impose at least part of the bond that's requested at $500 cash. And I'm going to set an expedited hearing for you for next week, December the 26th at 1:45. That'll be a pretrial hearing in front of Judge Hale. That'll be a video review hearing. So if you are still in custody at that time, you'll be seen in the same way you're appearing in front of me right now. If you are released or you post a bond and are released, then you need to make sure you're at the city court on the 26th. Otherwise, you could end up right back in custody. Okay? All right.
Okay.
Thank you very much. You're excused.
Very nice.
The bag with the rules.
Good evening. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Alejandro Reyna, my date of birth is 6/18/88.
Mr. Raina, good evening. It's time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here today based on a warrant that was issued for your arrest on charges of misdemeanor assault allegedly occurring in August of 2023. Just remind you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. Take a look here at your file, make sure I'm getting a good picture here. It looks like you had a hearing that was supposed to occur back in September. Failed to appear. And there's actually a motion to quash your warrant. Drain, I'm gonna give you an opportunity to appear in court on January the 13th. If I release you from custody, sir, can you promise me you'll appear on that day?
I sure will.
And that's gonna be January the 13th, 2026 at 9 a.m. I'll be in front of Judge Mayhew. All right, sir. It also looks like the missing piece of all this was anger management counseling.
Is that when the warrant was issued?
Well, no, so there was a warrant issued for your arrest back on the 26th, I'm sorry, 29th of September. I'm sorry, excuse me, it was actually before that. Warrant was issued for failing to appear at an order to show cause hearing. This is back in June of 2024. You were previously ordered in May of 2024 to show proof of having obtained anger management counseling. Based on lack of that proof, the state filed a motion to revoke probation. Right. So it appears that it was the failing to show the proof of anger management counseling. But in any case, sir, you'll have an opportunity to explain matters and hopefully get back on track on the 13th. Please show up for your hearing. Otherwise, you're going to end up right back in custody. Okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. You're excused. Good evening. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
This is the Spanish speaker, Your Honor.
Oh, Spanish speaker. Do we have the interpreter on the line?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Good evening. Sir, can you please tell
Good
me your
evening,
full
Your
name and date of birth?
Señor, ¿me puede decir su nombre completo y su fecha de nacimiento, por favor?
Oscar Francisco Chan Lugo, 14 de mayo del 98.
My name is Oscar Francisco Chan Lugo. I was born May 14th of 1998.
Good evening. You are here being seen on charges of misdemeanor, domestic violence, disorderly conduct, and domestic violence assault.
Señor, el día de hoy usted está compareciendo en su comparecencia inicial porque tiene una acusación por delito menor, por violencia doméstica, que es alteración al orden público y también agresión, que también se considera violencia doméstica.
Please remember you have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be used against you.
Por favor, recuerde que usted tiene el derecho de permanecer callado. Todo lo que diga puede y será utilizado en su contra.
Okay.
Yes.
Please bear with me 1 minute. I need to review your file.
Téngame paciencia. Necesito revisar su caso.
Okay.
Ok.
Joe, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, sorry, this appears to be some feedback. All right, sir, I'm going to enter pleas of not guilty on your behalf to these charges.
Bueno, señor, lo que voy a hacer es que voy a presentar declaraciones de no culpable por estas acusaciones.
And I'm going to set a hearing for you in front
Voy a
of,
fijarle una audiencia.
Okay.
I'm going to set a hearing for you at the Tucson City Court on January the 16th, 2026 at 9:30 in the morning.
Bueno, le voy a fijar una audiencia en el Tribunal de la Ciudad, en Tucson City Court, el 16 de enero del 2026 a las 9:30 de la mañana.
If I release you from custody, can you promise me you'll appear at that hearing?
Si yo ordeno que usted salga libre, ¿usted me promete que va a comparecer a esa audiencia de enero?
Claro que sí.
Yes, of course.
Then I'm going to release you on your promise. And
Entonces lo voy a liberar bajo palabra.
I'm going to order that you not possess any alcohol or illegal drugs or commit any
Y
act
voy a
of domestic
ordenar-
violence.
Y voy a ordenar que usted no puede consumir ni poseer drogas ilegales ni consumir bebidas alcohólicas y tampoco puede cometer actos de violencia doméstica.
Also going to advise you that in addition to the right to remain silent, you also have the right to an attorney.
Y también le voy a informar que aparte de tener el derecho de permanecer callado, usted también tiene derecho a ser representado por un abogado.
That attorney may be appointed to you by the judge in your case, or you could hire one at your own expense.
Entonces, el juez asignado a su caso le puede asignar un abogado o usted puede contratar su propio abogado, pero usted tendría que pagar por ello.
You also have the right to be presumed innocent and for the state to bear the burden of proof of guilt beyond a reasonable doubt.
Y también usted tiene la presunción de inocencia y la fiscalía tiene la obligación de comprobar los hechos más allá de una duda razonable.
You also have the right to attend all hearings in your case, to include any trial.
Usted tiene el derecho también de comparecer a todas sus audiencias, incluyendo un juicio.
You also have, however, if you fail to attend any hearing in your case, you may lose the right to appeal any conviction, and you could have new charges filed against you.
Y si usted no comparece a sus audiencias, señor, usted puede perder el derecho a apelar el caso y también se le pueden hacer o levantar nuevas acusaciones.
Do you understand all of this, sir?
¿Le quedó claro, señor, todo esto?
Say it again.
Sí, muy claro.
Yes, very clear.
Thank you.
Gracias.
All right, sir. You'll be released later this evening. Please make sure and attend all your hearings, and good luck.
Bueno, señor, más tarde usted va a salir libre, entonces solamente asegúrese de comparecer a sus audiencias y muy buena suerte.
Gracias.
Thank you.
Good evening. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Buenas tardes, ¿me puede decir su nombre?
Sí, Alejandro Chan, ¿no? Del 07-05 del 2002.
My name is Chan Lugo. I was 05 of 2002.
Good evening, sir. You're being seen here this evening based on 2 criminal charges.
Bueno, señores, buenas tardes. El día de hoy usted está compareciendo porque tiene 2 acusaciones por delitos penales.
This involve charges of misdemeanor domestic violence, disorderly conduct, and assault.
Bueno, usted tiene una acusación de alteración al orden público que se considera un delito menor, pero de violencia doméstica y también otro por agresión.
Allegedly occurring earlier today.
Presuntamente sucedió hoy, pero más temprano.
To remind you, you have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be used against you.
Le recuerdo que usted tiene el derecho de permanecer callado y todo lo que diga puede y será utilizado en su contra.
You also have the right to an attorney, which may be appointed to you by the judge overseeing your case or hired at your own expense.
Bueno, le aviso que quizás el juez encargado de llevar su caso le puede asignar un abogado o usted puede contratar su propio abogado.
I'm going to set a hearing for you in front of the assigned judge on January the 20th at 9 a.m.
Bueno, le voy a fijar una audiencia con el juez que se va a hacer cargo de su caso para el día 20 de enero a las 9 de la mañana.
If I release you from custody, will you promise me you will appear at that hearing?
Si yo ordeno que salga libre, señor, ¿usted me promete que se va a presentar esa audiencia?
I promise.
I promise.
All right, I will release you on your promise. I'll further
Bueno,
advise-
entonces voy a ordenar que usted salga libre
I'm going to enter a pleas of not guilty on your behalf to these charges.
y voy a presentar declaraciones de no culpable por estas imputaciones.
Okay. Thank you.
And
Thank
I'm
you, sir.
going to further advise you that in addition to the rights I just mentioned, you also have the right to be presumed innocent and have the state bear the
Yeah.
burden of proof beyond a reasonable doubt.
Y aparte de los derechos que ya le mencioné, también usted tiene la presunción de inocencia y la fiscalía es la responsable de demostrar y comprobar todos los hechos en su caso y en sus imputaciones, más allá de una duda razonable.
You have the right to attend all hearings in your case to include a trial.
Usted tiene derecho a presentarse a todas sus audiencias, incluyendo el juicio.
If you fail to attend any hearing in your case, you could have new charges filed against you, a warrant could issue for your arrest, or the hearing could proceed in your absence.
Bueno, señor, y también si usted no se presenta a sus audiencias programadas, se le pueden imputar cargos adicionales, también se puede emitir una orden de arresto para que lo vuelvan a arrestar o, I'm sorry, Ana, what was the last one? And a warrant may be issued for your arrest and,
The hearing could proceed in his absence.
thank you. Y la audiencia puede proceder aunque usted no esté presente.
Okay.
Additionally, if you're found guilty at a trial and cannot be sentenced within 90 days because of your absence, you could lose the right to appeal your conviction.
Y si a usted se va a juicio, lo hayan culpable de los hechos y no le pueden imponer la pena porque usted no se presentó a sus audiencias, usted puede perder su derecho a apelar el caso. ¿Le queda claro, señor?
You understand all of that?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm going to order that you not possess or consume any alcohol or drugs.
Alcohol?
No alcohol or drugs.
No.
Do not commit any acts of domestic violence. Do you understand that?
No.
Usted no, voy a ordenar que usted no puede consumir nada de bebidas alcohólicas ni tampoco drogas ilegales y no puede cometer actos de violencia doméstica adicionales.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you very much. You're excused.
Gracias, señor. Ya se puede retirar.
Joe, can we just confirm we don't have any more Spanish speaking defendants this evening?
That's correct, Your Honor.
All right, then I'll excuse the interpreter. Thank you very much for your assistance this evening.
Thank you so much, Your Honor. Good night.
Good evening. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Joshua Anthony, 8/16/86. You get it?
I'm sorry, your date of birth again, please?
8/16/86.
Thank you. Anton, good evening. This is the time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here based on a warrant. I'm sorry, you have two matters. The first is a warrant that was issued by Judge Catherine Monroe at the Pima County Justice Court. Pima County Superior Court, excuse me. Related to charges of possession of a dangerous drug and possession of drug paraphernalia. Allegedly occurring in July of this year. And the second is several cases in the Tucson City Court based on charges of criminal trespass in the third degree and possession of drug paraphernalia. Remind you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney, and on your felony matter, I'm going to appoint the Pima County Legal Defender's Office to represent you. The attorney seated right next to you is going to be assisting you in this hearing. So if you have any questions or concerns, please talk with them first, okay? All right, review the warrant. Listed bond amount is $500, as well as the pretrial services report, which didn't indicate any other holds or pending matters that I haven't already addressed. Mr. Antone was rated a 6 out of 6 on the NCAA FTA scales. This appears to be a refiled matter. It was dismissed on July the 10th. Summons was sent to a PO box in Cells on September the 11th. Defendant failed to appear on September the 17th and again on October the 1st. There appears to be only one prior felony conviction from 2010 federal case, looks like. State's recommendation was to impose the amount requested on the warrant, $500. Anything else to add from the state?
Nothing to add, Jeff.
Defense?
Your Honor, we would ask that you release Mr. Anton under pretrial services supervision. This case, as the court noted, was dismissed and refiled. It just involves allegations of personal drug possession. I understand that he does have a number of warrants from city court, but those, along with the new charges, again, just appear to be related to personal drug possession or trespassing. His only prior felony arrest was in 2010. That was for, again, a nonviolent drug offense. Given that, we would ask that you give him an opportunity on pretrial services release.
Yeah, Mr. Anton, I am gonna release you to pretrial services supervision. I'm gonna set an arraignment for you on the 26th of December at 1:30. That'll be at the Superior Court downtown. I'm gonna order that you submit any monitoring or treatment as directed by pretrial services. So if they call you and tell you you need to do something or be somewhere, you need to comply. You understand?
Yes.
I'm also going to order you not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs. As far as your city court matter is concerned, I'm going to set a separate hearing for those cases. They'll all be consolidated, and you'll have one court date on January the 21st at 9 a.m. That'll be in front of Judge Hale. Same conditions are going to apply in that matter.
Yeah.
All right, sir. You've got a lot going on here, but hopefully pretrial services and your attorneys can help you resolve everything as soon as possible. Please, when you are released, you need to contact pretrial services within the next business day, so Monday. And above all else, you do not miss any hearings in your case. Do you understand?
Yeah, yeah.
All right. Thank you very much, sir. You're excused.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. I'm sorry. Morales?
Good evening. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Adan Alonso Reyes, January 30th, 1990.
I'm sorry, it was January 30th?
Yes, sir.
All right, thanks. All right. We got a few different matters for you. First is a warrant issued For your arrest, I believe from the Pasquayaki Police Department related to failing to appear. A second warrant issued by Judge Kendrick Wilson on charges of theft and failing to appear. And lastly, you have a felony complaint. I'm sorry, two felony complaints. One allegedly occurring on March the 29th, involving a charge of unlawful flight from law enforcement. And the second from yesterday, the 18th, involving resisting arrest, possession of narcotic drug, possession of narcotic drug for sale, possession of a dangerous drug, and possession of a dangerous drug for sale. As a reminder, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney on all these matters. I'm going to appoint the Pima County Public Defender. I'm sorry, on your felony matters, I should say. I'm going to appoint the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you. The attorney seated to your left is going to be helping you out through this hearing. So if you have any questions or concerns, please talk with them before saying anything out loud, okay? All right, I've reviewed the infant complaints, both the March and 18 December, as well as the warrants and pretrial services report. You note Mr. Morales is on felony probation in Santa Cruz County. Felony case CR 2020, I'm sorry, on felony probation and is pending. Excuse me. Is on felony probation, excuse me, in CR 2023-3870 and is pending on that Nogales case in CR 2023-00086. Change of plea set for I'm not sure. Looks like next month. Additionally, I did note Mr. Bros was a 5 and a 5 on the NCAA FTA scales. Third party verification, a third party reference couldn't be reached for comment, and there was note of 1, 2, 8 felony, I'm sorry, 6 felony convictions, which did include both warrants and probation violation allegations. State's recommendation on the March 29th matter was $10,000 bond. And on the 18 December, is $25,000 bond. Anything else out from the state?
No, Your Honor, nothing.
Okay. Defense?
No, what else do you release him to pretrial services supervision? Mr. Perez is on probation in Pima County. It's just for a personal drug possession case. I also don't know if the court is able to see, but he has a splint on one arm and a sling on the other. So I think his mobility is quite limited, and navigating the jail is going to be exceptionally difficult for him. Given that, we would ask that you release him. I think the $35,000 total bond is far beyond his ability to pay and will effectively put him without bond.
Based on all the information I have in front of me, I feel bond is appropriate, so I have concerns for both community safety and failing to appear potential. On the newer charge of from 18 December, I'm going to impose $15,000 cash secured bond and set the preliminary hearing for December the 29th at 1:30 in the afternoon. Then conditions will apply. Pretrial services supervision will be ordered if bond is posted. Defendant will be ordered to surrender any firearms he may have in his possession and not possess any firearms or weapons until ordered otherwise. I'm also ordering that he contact any probation officer, the assigned probation officer in his separate case within first working day of being released. On the 28th March, I'll set a $2,500 cash secured bond. And this preliminary hearing will be for the same day, 29th at 1:30. And on the Justice Court, matter, I'm going to appoint misdemeanor defense counsel, Mr. Brent Cicero, to represent defendant, and I'll set a pretrial hearing on the matter for the 22nd at 1 p.m. in front of Judge Pescara. I'll impose, I believe the bond requested was $500. I'll drop that to $250 so that the defendant can receive time credit if appropriate. All right. All right, sir. That's all I have for you. Thank you very much. You're excused.
Then I'm ready.
Good evening. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Dina Ray Buchanan, 12/31/81. Excuse me, sorry.
All right. All right. And good evening. The time set for initial appearance are being seen here this evening based on, looks like, 2 felony warrants. One was issued by Judge Clay Cam on November the 7th on charges of possession of a dangerous drug, possession of a narcotic drug, and possession of drug paraphernalia from July of this year. Separate warrants, second warrant was issued on December the 2nd from Judge Catherine Monroe on charges of possession of a dangerous drug, possession of a narcotics drug, and possession of drug paraphernalia from October of this year. And you also have, looks like, 6 warrants out of the Tucson City Court on charges of possession of drug paraphernalia, criminal trespass in the 3rd degree, possession of a prescription drug, and repeats of the same. Mind you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney. And on your felony matters, I'm going to appoint the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you. The attorney seated right next to you is going to be assisting you in this hearing. So if you have any questions or concerns, please speak with them before saying anything out loud, okay? All right. I reviewed the warrants and the state's recommendation, the pretrial services report. Don't note any other holds from Ms. Buchanan. She was rated a 4 and a 6 on the NCAA and FTA scales, respectively. This is a on the warrant issued by Judge Cam. It does appear this is a second arrest following October the 21st release. And in the second matter, there was supposed to be, I guess, a superseding indictment mailed to a South Woodcrest Drive address, which obviously wasn't applied with. There's only the 2 prior felony convictions. I'm sorry, 2 prior warrants I mentioned. No other criminal history. State's recommendation in both matters is to impose the amount of the warrant. Anything else to add from the state?
Nothing to add, Judge.
Defense?
Your Honor, we would ask that you release Ms. Buchanan to pretrial services supervision. The allegations in both cases, both felony cases before the court, just involve personal drug possession. All of the charges in the pending misdemeanor cases are also for drug offenses or trespass offenses. There's no allegations of any kind of violence. As the court noted, she has no prior felony convictions of any kind. These arrests are only 2 felony arrests. And pretrial services was able to speak with her aunt, who did confirm that Ms. Buchanan can reside with her and she can help transport her to court proceedings.
Thank you. On the more recent matter, I'm gonna set. I will impose bond in both cases. The first will be for $1,000 cash secured with pretrial services supervision if bond is posted. I'll set a criminal arraignment for December the 26th at 1:30. On the second matter, I'll set the arraignment for the same day and just simply pose the bond at $500 cash or secured.
Is that it for a total of 1,500 yards?
Right. And on the misdemeanor matters, I'll set. I'm going to appoint the City Public Defender's Office to represent Ms. Buchanan. I'll advise them of the felony holds and set a pretrial conference in front of Judge Verena on January 16th at 9 a.m. I'm not going to hold her in that matter since I'm already holding her on both of the felony matters. All right, again, thank you very much. That's all I have for you. Your excuse.
Boston.
Good evening. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Richard Marlon Lawson, 1992.
I'm Mr. Lawson. Good evening. This time set for initial appearance. You're being seen here this evening based on charges of domestic violence, aggravated assault, temporary but substantial disfigurement, and misdemeanor domestic violence assaults, both allegedly occurring earlier today. Just a reminder, sir, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney, and I'm appointing the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you. The attorney seated right to your left is going to be helping you out through this hearing, so if you need to talk with her, please let her know, and we'll pause for a minute. All right, I've reviewed the interim complaint as well as the pretrial services report and the state's recommendation. Pretrial services didn't note any other holds or statuses for Mr. Lawson. He was rated a 4 and a 4 on the NCAA FTA scales. Unfortunately, the alleged victims couldn't be reached for comment. Third-party verification of residence and employment couldn't be reached. I do see 4 prior felony convictions, including 2 that were for violent offenses, as well as 1 prior misdemeanor domestic violence convictions. Felonies range from 2010 to 2022, misdemeanors from 2018. State's recommendation was for $100,000 bond. Anything else to add from the state?
Judge, I would just note the nature of the offense and the extreme violence and injuries that occurred to the victim. The state would also note that when we're looking at his prior convictions, his second to last prior, his sentence ended in January of 2022. Within 2 months, he had committed another violent prior. And now that sentence just ended earlier this year. So he has an extensive violent criminal history and continues to reoffend.
Thank you. Defense?
Your Honor, what ask that you release him to pretrial services supervision? I understand that he does have housing available with his mother. Neither victim resides with his mother. I understand his sister resides in Wilcox, so he would be able to comply with any court order to have no contact with them. $100,000 bond is going to be far beyond his ability to pay and effectively hold him without bond. Given that, we would ask that you release him to pretrial services or impose a significantly lower.
Based on criminal history, as well as the facts alleged in the complaint, I do have significant concerns for the safety of the alleged victims. I'm going to impose a $35,000 cash or secured bond and order pretrial services supervision if bond is posted. Standard conditions of release will apply to include no contact of any kind with either of the alleged victims. Preliminary hearing date will be December the 29th at 1:30. All right, sir, thank you very much. You're excused.
Jacqueline?
Good evening. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Jacqueline Lee Polanco, 6/25/1982.
Polanco, good evening. This time set for initial appearance. You're being seen here this evening based on looks to be 3 different matters. We'll go through each one in turn. The first involves a warrant that was issued by Judge Catherine Monroe of the Pima County Superior Court on charge of forgery allegedly occurring in September of 2024. Second, it involves charges of possession of drug paraphernalia from earlier today. And the third involves several warrants issued in the Tucson City Court on charges of criminal trespass in the 3rd degree, possession of prescription drug, and possession of drug paraphernalia. I just remind you, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. On your felony matters, you also have the right to an attorney, and I'm going to appoint the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you. The attorney seated to your left is going to be helping you out through this hearing, so if you have any questions or concerns, please talk with them before saying anything out loud. All right. We reviewed the warrant and pretrial services report. Didn't note any other holds for Ms. Polanco. She was rated a 4 and a 5 on the NCAA FTA scales. Here's this is the first time Ms. Polanco is being arrested on this particular warrant. There is only 1 prior felony conviction from 2021, a narcotics charge. State's recommendation was to impose the amount of the warrants, $1,500. Anything else to add from the state?
No, Your Honor, nothing to add.
Thank you. Defense?
Your Honor, we would ask that you release Ms. Polanco to pretrial services supervision. This offense allegedly occurred in September of 2024. The warrant did not issue until November of 2025. Based on the case number, it does appear that it was filed late this year. The pretrial services workup indicates that the summons was mailed to an address on North 14th Avenue in October of 2025. But Ms. Polanco has not resided at that address for a few years, so she did not receive notice of the hearing. As the court noted, she's never been previously arrested on this, Your Honor, and given the nature of the offenses and her relatively minimal criminal history, we would ask that you give her an opportunity to appear for her arraignment out of custody.
Thank you. Ms. Blanco, I'm going to release you the supervision of pretrial services, and I'm going to set an arraignment date for, December the 26th at 1:30. In order that you submit to monitoring or treatment as directed by pretrial services, so you need to do something or be somewhere, particularly your arraignment date, you need to comply with that. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Right. Now, you said you were unaware of the missed court date, so I'm going to advise you right now, and you will have an additional written copy of my order. But your arraignment is going to be on December the 26th at 1:30 at the Pima County Superior Court. Do you know where that is?
Yes.
Okay. Then I should have no problem getting there on time on the date. I'll order that you not have any contact of any kind with any alleged victim to include going to where they work or live. On your misdemeanor matter, I'm going to set a hearing for you in front of Judge David Miller. That'll be on December the 29th. So 3 days later at 9:30 a.m.
Okay.
I'm going to order that you not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs. And on your city court matter, I'm going to set a hearing for you on January the 15th at 9 a.m. in front of Judge Maldonado at the Tucson City Court, which is also here in downtown, just down the street from the Superior Court.
Hearing her?
Justice Court.
Justice Court, thank you.
So you have 3 different hearings, 3 different courthouses. You need to keep track of your paperwork. Hopefully your attorney there will be providing you with some additional documentation, but above all else, do not miss any hearings in your case. Because if you do, you can end up right back in custody, okay?
Okay.
Thank you very much. You're excused. Good evening. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Yeah.
Can you speak up a little bit?
Cassie Williams, 71497.
All right, thank you, Ms. Williams. Good evening. This time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here this evening based on a felony complaint alleging 2 counts of 3rd-degree burglary and refusing to provide a truthful name to law enforcement on being detained. Remind you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney, and I'm going to appoint the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you. The attorney seated right next to you is going to be helping you out in this hearing, so if you have any questions or concerns, please talk to her before saying anything out loud, okay? All right, I reviewed the interim complaint, state's recommendation, and the pretrial services report. I believe in this matter, the state is requesting no bond hearing. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor, that's correct.
And I did note that Ms. Williams is on release in, is currently on release in CR 2025-1470, which dates from prior to this current incident. Defense?
And given the state's request, I have nothing to add.
Okay, thank you. All right. All right, Ms. Williams, the state is requesting that I hold you without bond, given your circumstances. I'm going to honor that request, hold you without bond, and I'm going to set a no bond hearing for you for next Wednesday, December the 24th at 1:30 in the afternoon. And I'll likewise set a preliminary hearing date for 5 days following on the 29th. All right, ma'am, you're going to be held for now. Please cooperate with your attorneys and good luck. Okay, thank you. I don't believe so.
How's your?
Good evening. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Exchange Lau 5371.
All right. And I'm sorry, your date of birth one more time, please, sir?
5371.
Hello, good evening. You're being seen this evening based on a warrant that was issued by Judge Jeffrey Close of Tucson City Court on charges of criminal trespass in the 3rd degree and failing to appear, both from November of this year. Just take a look here. Mr. Lowe, doesn't look like there's anything else holding you in custody. I'm going to set a hearing for you on January the 7th of next year at 2:30 in the afternoon in front of Judge Sarah Mayhew at the Tucson City Court. Do you know where that is?
Yes. Pink building?
Sorry?
The pink building?
No.
No.
Just down the street, though, on Alameda.
Okay.
So, Tucson City Court, the address is on the paperwork you'll be receiving. If I release you from custody, can you promise me you'll appear at that hearing at that courthouse?
Yes, sir.
On the 7th.
Yes, sir.
All right. I'm gonna release you on a promise. I'm gonna order you not go back to wherever this incident allegedly occurred. We'll consolidate this with any other matter you've got going on over at the city court. And that's all I have for you, sir. Please make sure and attend your hearing and good luck. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes. Please. Oh, you're there.
Hello. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Jorge Eduardo Mendoza, 6261.
All right. Mr. Mendoza. All right. Here to be here based on a warrant that was issued in the South Tucson City Court. Second. On a charge of shoplifting. To remind you, sir, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. Joe, am I correct that Mr. Mendoza's on a DOC hold?
I do not, he is, yes, he is.
Okay. Ms. Mendoza, you're already being held on a separate matter. It's not in front of me. The only thing I have is the South Tucson matter. I believe you're due to be sent away here, so I'm going to schedule a little bit of an expedited hearing for you. So hopefully you can manage to get this resolved without needing to have it hang over your head. I'm going to set a hearing for you for the 22nd at 10 a.m. at the South Tucson City Court. I'm going to give you an attorney, or appoint you an attorney rather, Mr. Michael Vaughn. I will let the South Tucson City Court know that you are being held on a DOC hold. I'm going to impose a bond of $250 so you can receive time credit if that's appropriate. So again, sir, you're going to be held already, but I'm going to hold you on this matter as well, and you'll be seen by the magistrate down there on the 22nd at 10 a.m.
Okay.
And that's all I have for you, sir. Thank you very much. You're excused.
Thank you.
Good evening. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Kyrie Lamar Mosley, 9/17/1998.
Mr. Mosley, being seen this evening based on a warrant that was issued for your arrest on charges of possession of drug paraphernalia, criminal trespass in the 3rd degree, and failing to appear. Just to remind you, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you.
I got it.
And also appears you're being held on some Superior Court matters. Those aren't in front of me. I'm just talking about a misdemeanor charge out of the Tucson City Court. So on this misdemeanor matter, sir, I'm going to appoint the City Public Defender's Office to represent you, given the, and Judge, just confirm, Mr. Mosley is being held on a felony matter. Joe, can you hear me?
Yes, he is, Your Honor, sorry.
No problem. Thank you. All right. I'm going to appoint the City Public Defender's Office, like I mentioned. I'm going to set your case for a pretrial hearing on January the 16th in front of Judge Hale. I'll let her know that you're being held on this felony, so you can be either have your presence waived or being seen by video.
Can I ask a question?
Well, sir, I can't give you any sort of legal advice, and please remember.
No, I just wanted to
based
know
on the record.
what day this was issued. I've been locked up for almost a year now.
The warrant was issued, so the offenses date from August 2024. The warrant was signed on January the 2nd. And the missed hearing was back in November of last year.
Are you sure you have the right Tyree Mosley? I'm just asking. 'Cause there is two of us.
What's your birthday?
9/17/1998.
See where it's on the warrant.
Mhm. Yes, sir.
It's not me.
Ms. Mosley, thank you very much for pointing that out to me. And it does appear you may have been, I'm sorry, you may have been mistaken for a different Tyree Lamar Mosley. So you're still going to be held on the matter you're already pending on, but hopefully this was just a mistake. But in any case, I don't have anything further for you, so you're excused. I appreciate you pointing that out to me. We'll try to verify this, okay?
Thank you.
Did you write down his date of birth that he said?
That's last hearing.
Well, it's right here.
Your Honor, you have two more other people, Garcia Monte Crystal and a Bilski Andre. They refused court today.
So is that Bilski and what was the other one?
Garcia Monte.
Okay. All right, it appears, let's see. Is the defense counsel still there?
No, she did leave.
I don't recall excusing her, but. All right. It appears they've both refused previously. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
All right, well, I don't recall excusing the defense counsel, but I'm not gonna proceed to their detriment without her presence. So I will reset both of them for the AM session in order that they be brought down.
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you all very much. Have a nice day.
Thank you, Judge. Have a good night.
Thank you.